It's 11 o'clock at night on Wednesday, August 20th, I think. I was scrolling through TikTok and like the full clip of Let's Do the Time Warp Again from Rocky Horror Picture Show popped up right when Brad and Janet first got to the house after their car broke down in the rain. And I'm watching this thing. It brought back some memories. My first thought, so that movie came out in 1975. First, it's like, can you imagine being around in 1975 and this movie gets released? With Tim Curry, Dr. Frankenfurter, my God. And that little number with his little blonde muscle boy. So there's that whole thing. It's just like, what the fuck? I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania in 1975. I watched the whole Let's Do the Time Warp Again. They did the whole thing, you know. They had the old guy with the chart. He's like, first you take a step to the right. Then they take a step to the right. And he's like, then you put your hands on your hips. You bring your knees in tight. And when I was in high school in the mid 80s at New Albany High School, I mean, we used to go to Graceland Shopping Center on High Street near Morse Road. And they had the Graceland Theater. And every Friday and Saturday night, they played Rocky Horror Picture Show. You could go see it for $1. And we would take all of our props with us. We'd take our newspapers. We'd take our bags of rice. We'd take loaves of bread. Occasionally someone would get daring and bring other things. We'd smuggle our booze in because, you know, we were 16, 17 years old. And my God, man, my junior and senior year of high school, we must have gone and seen that thing 50 times. We knew all the lines. We knew every bit of crowd participation. We had all our props. That was some of the most fun I've ever had in my entire life. Going to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show with all of our buds from high school, man. It was completely fucking insane every single time. It was exactly the same every single time. But every single time it was just bonkers. It was just bonkers, man. Up until that point in my life, I think that was probably the most fun I'd ever had in my entire life. You know, it's like you're trying to find a ride, you know, because I didn't have a driver's license, of course. I mean, I had one, and then it went somewhere. I lost it. I don't have that anymore. Then I got it back, and then it went somewhere again. I lost it again. I don't know where it went, but, you know, it's like you had to go get your stuff. You know, it's like you had to put together a plan. You had to call each other on your landlines, your princess phones with the long cord, the spiral cord. You had to get everybody corralled and all of that shit. And you had to hit the road. You got to drive all the way into Columbus to the theater. And just, man. When I was in high school, there was nothing better than that. There was nothing better than going and seeing the Rocky Horror Picture Show on a Friday and or the following Saturday night. There was nothing better. No party ever topped that when I was in high school, except for maybe two. Both for really bad reasons. One, a guy passed out and everybody ended up peeing on him. And then another one at a different location, we witnessed a girl we went to high school with doing something she ought not have been doing with a very large yellow lab. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. There was nothing better. There was literally nothing better in the mid-'80s being a junior or senior in high school and going and seeing the Rocky Horror Picture Show at least 2 or 3 times a month, man. There was nothing better. There was nothing better. Meatloaf, he got whacked. You know, such an incredible film. Really, really good memories. Really good memories. I'm going to have to try to find out if there are any theaters around here that still show that movie. If there are, I'm going to go do that, and I will make a TikTok if that's still a thing. But man, if there's a theater in the Bay Area that wants to get some fucking Gen X business, consistent Gen X business on the weekends, start showing Rocky Horror Picture Show at 11 p.m. and let us just come and do our thing. Oh, man, oh, man. And then, of course, afterwards, it's like we'd go down High Street a little bit, you know, because it was late at night. And, of course, we would go where? That's right, White Castle. We would go to White Castle, and we would get the things that you get at White Castle at 1:30 in the morning on a Friday or a Saturday night. Then you paid for that the next day after you washed it down with some Mad Dog 2020 that you shoplifted from Kroger on Hamilton Road in Gahanna. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we did. That's what we did. I look back at a lot of the things that my brother and I did in high school and that a lot of our friends did in high school. The fact that we had zero parental supervision. The fact that we were all extremely good at shoplifting alcohol. I think back on some of the motor vehicle collisions that we were involved in. Oh my God. It's a miracle. It's an absolute miracle that my brother and I are still alive today. I just ask him sometime about the time that he was driving, I think it was a Ford Fiesta, and he was drag racing another buddy of his who was in a VW Bug. And ping, whoa! It's a miracle we're not dead, man. Unreal.